But we will see, because I will give you some information that is very important right now for some things I realized after the winter peak was over. But you will know what I'm talking about. Cheers, Tanya. So we're going to start now. I'm going to just share my screen and we can start. Yes. So, wait. I forgot how to do this. Okay. Wait. Okay, cool. Now, let's start. Yes. So, welcome, my dear IG Vikings, to your first commission call. Yay! I'm super excited to have this space with you, because it's your first call, your first everything. And yes, it's very exciting. I remember, wait, I think someone is entering. I remember the first call that we had with that I had with the dragons, but then they were already with Maria, so I wasn't so special in their life at the beginning, I guess.
That's a good lie. That's not true.
But it's okay. I'm just kidding. But yes, anyways, like I'm super excited about this, and we have to take a picture at the end, because I saw other commissions were doing it, and of course we are more and we are better, so we will of course take a better picture and post it everywhere, because we had our first commission call. So yes, welcome. And now we are in February. I actually really love these months. February, I've always loved February because of a few things. Like now, because the weather is getting a bit warmer, but I don't know if it's because of spring is coming or just because it's a funny weather. But anyways, I like the weather that we have right now, because it's a bit cold but not so much. Also because there's Valentine's Day, and I love Valentine's Day. So cute, and everyone is so happy. And you see the little couples giving each other hearts and balloons in the street and going to the movies, and that really makes me happy. And then we have the summit, so we're going to work. Yes. We're going to have a lot of fun. I saw, and we will be 23 people, because there will be also something leaders, which is super cool, because really we will learn many things. And the other thing is that February is for sales, is the peak of attraction, is the month to make it happen. And I put this gif of Jordan Belfort, because when I ask people if you can picture as an amazing seller, who do you think about? And everyone told me Jordan Belfort. He's from this movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, but he is actually an actual real person, and he was like, his story is real, like he was really this good seller. So yes. Okay, so now let's start with the content, but before, I want to do a check-in, and I want everyone to answer me. If you would be an animal, which one would you be? Hello?
Yeah, I can start. As
Yes.
anyone like does not volunteer, so I will. Well, I would go for a sheep.
A sheep?
Yeah,
Dobra,
as I
okay.
would just have to eat grass and just bay all the time. So nothing to do.
Sure. Okay, who else?
I would be a chinchilla because I
Of
love
course.
them.
Yes.
Yes, I have two of them and they're so cute and mean sometimes. Like 90% of the time, they look like they would kill me for no reason, like because they had this face. So, yeah.
Cool. What else? Who else?
I would like to be a bird because they are so free and fast and don't care about anything.
Oh, cute. A bear. Okay, who else?
I think, like, realistically speaking, I would probably be a giraffe, just
Okay.
because they're really tall, and
Yeah.
I just associate with that. It's just,
Okay. Yeah,
my thing.
makes a lot of sense actually. Very funny. Okay, who else?
How about you, Millie?
I think I would be a penguin. It's my favorite animal because they are very fluffy, like very cushiony. I don't know how to call it, but they are also very protective, and I'm a bit like this, so I think I would be a penguin for sure. And they also don't know how to fly, so it's funny, even though they are birds. Dobra. Someone is texting me. Okay, so let's continue with the call because I thought there was someone else entering, but no. Okay, so now I will tell you a bit of information. I know that if you see this at the first glance, it's a bit scary, but I will explain you a few things. So when I was checking the data from the whole past semester and analyzing how the peak was and all of this, I realized we did very bad in terms of realizations for the winter peak. So I'm just talking about December and January, and we did really bad. In general, there were the conversions were very bad. It was like 50%, and usually we were doing 80%. So sorry. So I was trying to understand why this was happening, and trying to analyze the data. So one of the things is that actually worldwide, like whole ISEC in the whole world, is dropping in realizations. So like, of course, this is something that would affect us because we depend on other people. We don't do exchanges inside Poland. So we do exchanges with other countries. So if everyone is dropping in realizations, that means we would also somehow, like, we are not dropping in realizations, but we just had a very bad conversion. So just to explain you a few of these numbers. First one is the total number of approvals we did from August 1st until January 31st. That was 739 approvals. It was actually very good, and also we were like top growers in IGV for a few months, like top growers in the world, and it was very nice. And there was also a lot of pipeline and a lot of like in general we did very good in terms of approvals. But then 327 of these approvals are people who are going to be realized from March 1st to July 31st. So starting from this March, like I'm not even counting February, just from March until July, there are going to be these 327 people that were already approved. And then the tricky thing, or the thing that is worrying me the most, is 156 people who were supposed to come for this winter, like between December and January, and they didn't come. And this number is actually very high, like 156 is not very good at all. Like, because if you take these 327 out of these 700, it's like 400 and something. And out of these 400 and something, 156 people didn't come, and they will not come because they were just like, okay, we cannot come. So I was trying to understand why so many people didn't come for the winter, and like if it's actually something normal that so many people are breaking the approvals. So yes. And then I spent a lot of time with the MC talking about this, with OD, for example, also with Maciek, the CXO, and analyzing the data and everything, and what could be the reasons why this is happening. So we came to two conclusions, and like questions that we have to ask ourselves, but also questions that you have to ask you inside your LC. So one is about these 327 approvals that are going to be realized from March 1st to July 31st. Is this first one, was this 100% aligned in my LC? So I'm talking about transition. I'm sorry guys, I'm very sick. Okay, so these 327 approvals, like, are you 100% sure of how many approvals your predecessor left you? Is it matching with the numbers that are in EXPA? Is it actually right with the numbers that you think that you will have in realizations? And also, is this inside of my plan for sales already or not? Yes? And then for the second number, which is the 156 approvals, is just asking, just taking into consideration what happened during past peak that made this number happen, or what happened that made this number so big. So taking this into consideration, I was analyzing, let's say, how many broken approvals were from each LC, and these are the red flags, the ones that I put in red square. And there's no shame in this, of course. Like, don't feel ashamed that, oh my god, I'm a red flag or whatever. It just means that you have to take action. But actually, everyone had broken approvals, so it's a matter of everyone that everyone has to do something about it. To actually not make this happen again in summer. But just into consideration, like, I think one of the two LCs that are worrying me the most, one is Katowice, because it's a huge number. Like, I was really checking this number over and over again because I couldn't believe that it was so much, because all of them were in December. And the second one is from Wrocław UT. And why Wrocław UT, even though it's less than Katowice, is worrying me? Because basically Wrocław UT didn't have that many realizations. So the fact that they broke 17 approvals affected the results a lot. So, okay, I think someone entered, wait. Cool, so I will continue. Yes. So, and it's the same with Lublin. Like, Lublin didn't have, like, oh my god, Lublin had 100 realizations. Like, Lublin grew a lot this past year in IGV, but the fact that there were 13 people that were not realized because of the broken approvals is super, 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 super concerning, and it means that we really have to take action on this, especially for the next peak. Yes. So. It's basically about IR, because after I divided this per LC, I was checking how it should be per country. So from which are these broken approvals coming? Is it from specific countries? Is it like, okay, it's just random for everyone and it's like one per each country or something like this? But actually it's not. So the three biggest numbers were from these three countries. So I will talk about each of them and what is going to happen with the partnership. So first one is Algeria. So the thing with Algeria is that, for example, to approve an EP, I think is rather fast than anything else. There's not much issues with them in order to approve. And even though it's an African country, they don't have much issues with the visa either. The problem is with the EPs itself. If the EPs actually get to be realized, most of the quality cases we have are with Algeria. So, like, the EPs are very not prepared, or they are complaining about things that don't make any sense, and they are asking for a lot. They have like a lot of requests and stuff like this, like special things they want, which is total, of course, a problem for us, because it makes us work more when it shouldn't be like this. When it's totally unnecessary, and they are really not they are really giving a bad addition to the work we're doing. And it's very sad, because I actually talked with the MCVP several times about this, and he was really trying, and he was like talking to his commission about it, because he was really showing me, and he was really working on it, but it's not working at all. And it's very sad, because they really wanted to work with Poland this year and to have a really good partnership with us. But honestly, I think if we continue having such big numbers with Algeria, it's just going to harm our reality, and it's going to be very bad in the future, especially for this summer. So the decision I took is that Algeria, no more. If you have already like some I don't know, LC to LC partnership that has been for a long time, or something like this, then it's totally fine. I will not tell you like, okay, no, you have to cut it, but it's going to be a partner that from national level will not work anymore. So I will not push you to work with Algeria or anything. And actually, there's already a WhatsApp group, but after I have the call with the MCVP, because this is a decision we took today as MC. So after I have the call with the MCVP, I will tell him like, I'm very sorry, but I will have to delete WhatsApp group and everything because I'm not going to promote this partnership. The second one is with Egypt. When I was having transition, Maria was telling me that they really had tried to work with Egypt, but the visas were getting rejected and all of this. But actually, because what I see, so this international conference for MC and LCPs was in Egypt. So Agata, the MCVP PR, she went to the embassy of Poland in Egypt. Sorry. She went to the embassy of Poland in Egypt to like talk to them and check if everything was okay, if things were actually like if there was something, some specific reason why people were getting the visa rejected and all this stuff. And it was basically like if they will accept a visa for someone will be just if if this person is part of ISEC already, or if this person is from these like fancy universities that is like bilingual and all this stuff, or that they only teach in German or in English or something like this. So when we were doing the IRA planning, like me and the MCVP, we agreed like, okay, we will just promote the specific ELSIs. But at the end, it happened just the same as with Algeria. Like it was not so much about visas being rejected, but just because the EPs were saying at the last time, like, no, I'm not going anymore, and they were giving excuses, or like, no, I just decided I will not go, or like, and the person from OGB was not caring at all. So of course, it was harmful, especially for our partners, like the schools, the NGOs, wherever. It was very harmful. So it was not good. And again, the same, we decided that we will not continue the partnership with Egypt. It's the same if you have a good LC to LC partnership. I will not tell you like, no, you have to shut it down, or no, you have to stop it forever. But if you don't have it, well, I just recommend you not to have it because it can be dangerous. In terms
Can I ask something?
Yeah, that was a question.
Wait, let me finish
Okay.
with Morocco and then you can ask me questions. Cool?
Cool.
Okay. So yes, like this is the thing with Egypt, and then with Morocco. Morocco was also like this was top 3 number of broken approvals. But the thing with Morocco is a bit the same case with Algeria and Egypt, but it was also a lot of broken approvals because of visas being rejected. So Agatha, the MCVPPR, casually she's going to Morocco for holidays this next week. Like she's going today, sorry. So she will go to the embassy of Poland in Morocco to talk about if there is a possibility of like do something, or if there's has to be a very specific guideline for the EPs that are applying from Morocco to come to Poland. And if this is the case, then we will consider if we actually continue the partnership or not. But for now, it's like I would say it's in yellow. It's like, okay, I'm not pushing it. I will not push so much this partnership, but for sure we can try to make it work. So I know this is a very controversial topic and that you guys for sure have a lot of inputs and questions. So if you have anything, you can ask me now.
Okay, so I have one important question since I'm not a big fan of cooperating with Algeria too, and recently I have received a lot of propositions of making LC to LC partnership, but how to tell them no because you have shitty EPs or something like this, because you know it wouldn't be diplomatic and I don't want to be like this discriminative and stuff. How to explain that?
You can just put it on the side of the visa, because I understand your point, like being like to be honest with them CVP, I will be 100% honest. Like, look, your EPs are shitty, so don't send more. But if you want to be diplomatic, which is totally fine, you can say is that because you're more afraid that the visa will not be approved or something like this, and that you really want to take care of your conversions, and that's it. And you can also say like you're restraining your IR to, I don't know, Europe or like very specific countries, and that you want to keep it this way.
Cool,
I think
but
that you can
once
also.
Yes.
You can also add the stuff about completed, because like
Yeah.
at least in my LC I had a problem that people from Algeria usually didn't have stuff like outgoing preparation
Yeah.
or the debrief with LC home after the projects, and that's
Yes.
why we did not have completed.
Yes, it's totally
Okay.
true. And the other thing is that even when they are trying to sell you the LC to LC, they will tell you, ah, no, but we will promise you that we will make the OPS. And
Yes.
guys, I'm sorry, but this is bullshit. Like I would love to say that no, this is not true. That of course they will do it, but honestly, I already lost trust, and I don't want to risk that you guys have like very bad experiences as a VP, because if the biggest amount of EPs you have that are problematic, then the more stressful will be everything, and it's going to harm everything in terms of like the schools. It will be harmful also for the other EPs, because I'm not talking only about the EPs that didn't come, but also the EPs that were here. Like Domi was saying, like they were really problematic, and a lot of times people had to cancel visas for them because they were escaping or like leaving the project in the half. So for sure, this is not something that I want to happen this semester, and I hope you can understand and that you see the point. But like I was saying, if you really want to do it, then it's fine. I will not make you tell you no, it's prohibited or anything. I just don't recommend it at all, and I will not push it on national side, and I honestly will try to cut it as much as possible. Cool. Anyone else have questions about this topic? No? Dobra. I hope you guys all understood. Anyways, I will also talk about it on the summit. I'm very glad that there's people from all LCs, so I'm pretty sure everyone can have the information. But yes, it will not continue like this. And actually, because right now it's IPM happening, which is International President Meeting, so Dani and Ella are going to Tunisia for this. So it's like all the MCPs and MCPs elect are getting together. And I already told Ella, like Ella talked to Algeria, that I'm very sorry, but no, this is not going to happen. But yes, the other thing about this, and what's a bit frightening also, is that we have to find supply from other places. So because Algeria was giving us a lot of numbers, right? So right now we are because I have to analyze more things before telling you like no, for sure will be this country or will be this other country. But right now I have two ideas. One is to upscale the partnerships we have with Americas, and the other is to upscale it with Turkey. But again, I know if you have inputs, you can text me on private and I will consider it. But anyways, before taking a decision, I have to tell you guys. So I will talk about it on the summit, but also I have to analyze a lot of data before saying like, okay, this is the supply, or we have to be more compliant with this and stuff. So this is the topic for now. Again, if you have inputs or like ideas, whatever, you can talk to me on private. I will very happily accept them and talk to you and consider them. But yes, so the other thing I'm talking about IR is that we have this seeder from China. So Mihao was talking before we started the call that he had the meeting with Duke. Yes, Duke is the seeder from China. Already Mihao, Hannah, and Asha had a meeting with him. He's very cool actually. I was telling them that actually he has like a very neutral accent, which is not so easy to find in Chinese people, but it's very cool. And he's very engaged with Poland. He's very happy to be here. But I will explain you a bit what is his JD here and why he is here. So about his JD, basically he's coming here because he needs to improve the relationship with the country. So why? Because there was a lot of, from previous years, a lot of situations that made China say that they will not want to work with Poland anymore. A lot of things regarding like responsiveness or process time and this kind of stuff. So they kind of cut the partnership, but they want to I want to recover it also because like they're cool. I know Chinese EPs are different, but of course this is ISEC Life, so it's actually very cool. The other thing is to also understand better the reality, to have a better promotion. So he's not only having meetings, like for example, I know he asked Asha from SGH to go on visit to one of the projects, so he can act kind of like an EP and see how the project works. And why this is important, because this way he can like for sure promote better, like look, the projects are like this and you will do this, and he will understand much better how the reality is, and it will be better for promotion. Sorry. And the other thing is that he will boost LC to LC partnerships. So like he can recommend like, no, you should work with this LC specifically, or I think this LC will align more to your reality and all this stuff. And the other thing is, what do you have to provide him? Very simple, accommodation and a meeting. So, for example, right now he's in Łódź and he's staying in Michał's house, I think. Right, Michał? Are you there?
Yeah, I mean, he's not at the moment. Like
Okay.
he went already to Kielce, but yeah, he was staying here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to. Oh, he's going to Kielce. Interesting. Cool. So
Sorry,
yes.
and now he's on a trip with our EPs, because our EPs are going for a weekend, and today they left Kielce and he's traveling with them, and I have meeting with him on Sunday.
That's super cool, actually.
We wanted to invite him, but our one EP is so bad that stakeholder called me to tell me that he's shitty as an EP, so I canceled the project visit.
Okay, no, it's
Sorry.
fine. It's fine, but it's good already. Like I like look at they are already meeting him and they understand what's his role and why he's here. And actually, he was see there a few times before, so he really understands the job he's doing. I didn't know he was already going to Kielce, but he literally is reporting me every time he has a meeting. Like he tells me, I talked with this person, we talked about this, and it was like this, and it was like this, and like this, and this, and this. So that's very cool, because I'm aware of everything that he's doing. And actually, he will be here for a month. So I know he also planned to go to Krakow and I think Katowice, but I don't remember which were the other LCs. Anyways, the LCs that he's going to visit, there is a group, a WhatsApp group. So if you are in the WhatsApp group, just for you to know that you just have to provide accommodation to this person and a meeting that will last like an hour and something. If you have EPs right now, probably he will want to visit the projects. Yes, so continuing. Yes, so these are our teamsters. So here we have Domi in the call. She's listening to everything and giving inputs and answering questions. Hello, Domi. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. I'm super happy to be here as well. So yeah.
Yes, me too. I'm super happy that Domi is our teamster. Domi was VP IGV of Peking Warsaw SGH. And so that's very cool, because she lives in Warsaw, so I can tell her, Domi, come to the office one day. That's very cool, because we can actually sit down and work together. And of course, Domi is going with us to the summit. She will help me facilitate some sessions, and that's super cool. And she will be a consultant. Why she's just consultant? Because she will be basically, let's say, commission head of the team leaders that will be team leaders for sales and team leaders for experience delivery and everything that looks like. So like if you don't have team leader, it can be also coordinator or whoever is in charge of these two processes. So that's why she was asking on the group for like to add your team leaders and all of these. Why they will have commission call and they will have very specific guide from Domi for this. So Domi, welcome to IG Vikings. I'm very happy to have you here, and I will know that you will do amazing.
Oh, thank you. No, maybe not. And I won't try. I will do amazing. Yeah.
Cool. Yes. And then we have Rai. Rai is from Brazil. She was also VP IGV. She was VP IGV from ABC, but she was also Teamster in Brazil. She's also, actually, she's Teamster in Brazil also now. So she's Teamster in 2 countries, which is very cool. And actually, she's applying to MC here in Poland because she did her exchange in Poland, so she fell in love with the country. So she is very connected with you and the reality. And she will be more focused on IR. So she will also be with the team leaders that are in charge of approving and all of this. And of course, also she will have a workplace group, making sure that everyone has like LC to LC partnerships, and that we have a good process time, and that the things are happening on the best way. So yes, these are our girls. I wanted to have like 16 stars, but I think we will manage the 3 of us, and it will be a very cool semester. It's the first semester, so I think it's the one that is the most terrifying. But I think also is the semester where you like experiment the most and you want to try new things. And okay, all the things that you wanted to make happen in the LC, you will have to make them happen now, and it will be very fun. Yes, and the other thing, so I have a super important information, which is about hot referrals. So I will explain. We were talking in the MC that, let's say you guys, the LCVPs, you understand very well how important is to make sales and like make a lot of sales actually now. But now that you will have new members and also your team leaders, most of them, even the ones that are in the call, probably you're also like starting the role, and so you are not so sure of how to do. So we decided to make something called hot referrals, which is something super simple. So from MC side, we will release a link where people can say, for example, put the contact of the school where they went to high school or primary school, and like the number and the name of the person. And it will be the same for IGT. So like, I don't know, the company where my dad is working or my mom is working, or where I had a job some time ago, all of this will be part of the campaign. And I'm telling you this now because we will make the post tomorrow. So I want you to be super hyped about it. And the thing is that if we will measure a number of referrals per LC, so the LC that has the biggest amount of referrals will actually get a prize in the summit. So I really hope you guys get into this, but also that you engage your members, because if you have new members, then you have new contacts. So it will be very fun and also very useful. So yes, and the other thing is that a lot of EPs are finishing their experience right now, but we don't have anything to showcase, like literally anything. There is no pictures, no videos, anything from the EPs. Some of them like are posting on Instagram and stuff, but there is nothing like personalized or like especially for us or something. And there's, I don't know if you know, but there is the website Experience Poland, and really we don't have material, and now there will be a teamster completely in charge of making Experience Poland happen and like updating the brand all the time, the website and the Instagram and the Facebook. But to make this happen, we really need stories from the EPs. So we will have a 2-minute action space where you will take this link and you will send it to the EPs group that you have. So I don't know if it's a WhatsApp group or Facebook group or whatever, but you will send it now, and you will ask them to please upload some stories of their exchange in Poland. So I'm watching you guys. I need to literally start doing it. And once you do it, please, yes, please, after you do it, send here something on the chat. Like, I don't know, okay, done, or I did it, and it's 9:08 now, so in 9:10, I will continue with the call, so go for it. I will wait. And after you do it, you have to tell me, yes, I finished, everything is done. I send it to the group of my EPs. And if you have questions, of course, ask me. I will, I don't know what to do. I can search for the lyrics of Oczy Zielone and sing it on
I can make a short announcement.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so SCPs, as you've already seen, I hope so. I've sent you the requests on the WhatsApp to add your team leaders to the the workplace group leaders for sales and delivery. So some of you already did it, but I also asked you to send me a private message with the names of your leaders. So I received only 3 messages, so that's not a lot. So please just send me the names of your team leaders, which I hope you added to the group, so that I can just check who did it and who not, because I just don't know who should I approach to just ask to do it, or and who I should not. So yeah, so please do it.
Thank you, Domi. Yes, please add your team leaders. And thank you, Philip and Mari, for already sending the link to the EPs. Please, the rest do it. You have 1 minute. Okay, I will give you another minute to do it. It's very simple. Just copy the link and you send it to them. I really hope I can see some stories, because actually they're like them are posting a lot on Facebook and Instagram, because of course we get the notifications. And about this of the groups of team leaders, yes, like one of the feedbacks I got from the previous commission was the fact that we were not doing so many things for team leaders. So I think it's actually very useful for you. I will save you a lot of time. Domi will save you a lot of time, and I will save you a lot of time if we actually work with with your team leaders directly, because we can provide them all the knowledge and like everything that they have to do. So you just have to track them if they're working or not, of course. Cool. Anyone else has sent the link? Please do it. It's super important. I will also post it on the LCP's group, so if you haven't done it, I will be behind you until you do it. Thank you. Hey. Cool. So we already passed 3 minutes, so I will not continue. Thank you, Michał, for also doing it, and Igor, thank you so much. Now we will continue. Actually, this is the last part of the call. Yes, we've been in the call for almost 40 minutes, but for me it felt like 5 minutes, to be honest. Yes, so thank you. I hope that you're still sending the link to your EPs. And last but not least, let's make an amazing checkout. And the question is, what are you going to do to make February the best month of your term? I know it sounds a bit crazy, but actually it's the first month, so you're understanding a lot of things and just making sure and experimenting. Like, I think this will work. I think it might not, and it's totally fine. So I just want you to enjoy your experience, because at the end you're volunteers, so if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then it doesn't make any sense. So yes, I just want to know, what are you going to do to make February the best month of your term? Hello.
I don't know if I can't.
Yes, you can, because this is also your term.
Okay, so what am I going to do? I am for first thing, hopefully, I want to get in touch with all team leaders of sales and delivery and actually integrate them together. And then make sure that the summit, which we'll have next weekend, that all the LCVPs will actually come back home with some new information, with some new stuff that they can use in their term.
Yay! Thank you, Donka. Thank you so much. Cool. Guys,
I don't know.
shy.
My plan for
Yes,
my
amazing.
plan for February is that I'm gonna work efficiently enough so I can sleep also sometimes.
Yeah, wow. Healthy life. Sleeping 8 hours.
I'm jealous.
Yes. Who else? Okay, guys, you're very shy today. Oh, someone was going to talk. Yes, say what you were going to say.
Okay, so I'm gonna to end my exam session and start working in sales and approving for 100%.
Yes. Love it.
So I'm going to finally sell something to have really beautiful realizations to fulfill my goals and to make the order of selling and recruiting EPs so we can invite them for ready and in such way to improve the quality of our exchanges.
Yes, yes, I love this. Amazing. Anyone else wants to share? If you don't want to share, it's fine. I just want you to at least internalize this question somehow.
Shimon from Uvo, what are you going to do?
I'm going to organize my team so we can arrange as many global costs now, prices where we can promote it so we can sell as many EPs here. Yeah, invite as many EPs as we can.
Yeah, they made a beautiful booklet and I'm proud.
Oh, so cool. Amazing. Thank you, Shimon, and thank you everyone for answering. And if you didn't answer, at least again internalize it in your heart or something. Thank you, Anya, for sending the questionnaire to your EPs. But now what I want to do is I want to take a picture. So I need you guys, if you are decent somehow, to show your faces so we can take a decent picture. Or not. Hello. We can pretend we are decent. I will even show myself.
I'm trying, but I don't know
Wait.
if my camera is working.
Yes, I will show my face.
I'm kind of sick and I look like I just left the drug rehab or something.
Okay. Cool. So the people who have the Cheers, Anya. I look like shit. Yes, everyone. It's okay. I haven't.
Look,
Yeah, everyone.
look
has
where
their
I'm sitting.
stuff.
It's our office. Very dear team.
Nice. Cool. So I will take a picture. Cheers, Philip.
Cheers, Philip.
Hey,
Cuties.
hi.
Cool. So I will take a picture. So just smile. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. And yes, this is it. If you have any inputs, questions, whatever that comes to your head right now because you didn't understand what I did in the call or whatever, just approach me. And okay, I can already finish recording this because this is